Misery loves company. The hateful, frustrated, distorted, and twisted personality is out of tune with the infinite. He resents those who are peaceful, happy, and joyous. Usually he criticizes and condemns who have been very good and kind to him. His attitude is this: why should they be so happy when he is so miserable? He wants to drag them down to his own level. Misery loves company. When you understand this, you remain unmoved, calm, and dispassionate. So, I was reading this, okay, and this is The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And as I was reading this, I had got a flashback of the times when I would feel so unhappy. And one of the questions I would ask, right? Sometimes my children, I ask this too, like, what you so happy for? Or I would be like, why you laughing so much, right? And the truth of the matter is, what you have to understand is misery loves company is real, okay? And you have to be mindful of who you are being around, okay? Because sometimes you could be around someone and you notice you are all happy, you are all, full of joy, full of life, vibrant, exciting, and you get around this person and the only thing they seem to ever talk about is what's not working in their life. How everything is against them. And oftentimes they could complain about everybody. They'll complain about the people where they live at. They'll complain about their family. They'll complain about any and every one. Because the truth of the matter is, sometimes you are taking away the responsibility of your part, right? Like, what is it that you doing? And what I had to start realizing was, if someone else is happy, I could be happy too, right? If someone else is full of vitality, is healthy, I could be those things too. Never look at someone from a standpoint of, damn, they have this, they seem so happy. What the hell are they so happy for? Look at it from a standpoint of, damn, if they so happy, I know I could be happy. Happiness is nothing more but you choosing. Okay? Yes, we do have free will. And free will, you can choose. Okay? Whether you want to be happy, whether you want to be miserable. And I choose happiness. And I told you guys a few months ago, okay, I had wrote down that I want happiness, peace. I want peace of mind, happiness, and money. Okay? Listen, you are a whole creator. And whatever it is that you want, you can have it. You can have it. Don't stop looking at your life like you're not worthy. Stop looking at yourself like you're not meaningful. Stop looking at your life like you don't have a purpose. It's a reason why you're here, okay? And it's not for you to keep on doing the same thing each and every day and praying and lucking that something better along your way come. You gotta understand that you have greatness within you. You gotta understand that you are the creator of your reality. You are the one that's creating this. And earlier I did a video about reality, okay? Sometimes people will smoke, shop, have sex, drink. They tune into all these different vices, right? To get away from themselves. And one of the things that you have to understand is if you spend some time alone with yourself, and I really mean like alone with yourself, like just in a room, doing absolutely positively nothing. TV off, nothing is going on, just you by yourself, okay? You will start connecting to yourself, and you will start seeing certain things where as though you know that's not working, okay? Oftentimes, we distract ourselves because we don't want to face reality. Because what we been doing, you know, is not working. You know it's not working. And, you know, it's for you to see, I deserve better. I deserve better. And let me tell you something, okay? Because I was that person who did not know, okay? Didn't know that I had a purpose. I was that person who thought working and that was it. That I thought, but it was a part of me that kind of knew, but I wasn't certain. I kind of knew. It was a part of me that felt like, this not it. This something don't make sense. I don't know what it is, but I don't think that I'm just supposed to be working and paying bills. Just that's it. It was something within me that was speaking to me. And I didn't know at the time. But I knew that I had came here for something other than what I was doing and how I was showing up. And so you have to understand that you have greatness within you. You have to understand that you have the ability to change your life. You have to understand that you do not have to continuously be the same and do the same just like your family have done for so many centuries, so many generations. You have the power to change your life. You have the power. It's up to you. Nobody can tell you what you ordained for. Nobody can tell you, what you deserve and what you worthy of. You got to tell yourself. You got to tell yourself, I am deserving of this. I am worthy of this. I did not just come here just to work. I did not just come here just to work and be a slave to someone else's vision. I came here for way more than that. I did not come here just to party my life away and then at the end say, damn, I have nothing to show for it. Or damn, I didn't evolve. Or damn, how would my life have changed? Or how could I have, allowed my children's lives to change if I would have did something different? You came here to evolve, to learn, to experience the joy of life. Not to feel like you don't matter. Not to feel like you shouldn't be here. Not to feel like you don't exist, or you're not worthy, or you're not capable. You didn't come here for that. You are so fucking powerful. So powerful. If you step into your power. And some days it's gonna seem a certain type of way. It's law of rhythm. Some days gonna be, it's never gonna be at an even still. But one of the things that you have to understand and realize that you have the ability to change your perception. You have the ability to wake up each and every morning and do something different. Whether it's pick up that book. Whether it's going to that bookstore for the first time. And I, just saying, I want my life to change and I don't know. You will be guided. Your intuition, it will assist you. Yesterday I was in a car, and with my son's girlfriend mother, and I was my son was there too. And one of the things my son's girlfriend mother was saying was that, you know, she don't like getting lost sometimes, and you know, like when she driving and stuff like that. And she also was saying about she said something else, and one of my responses was, I tell my daughter to listen to her intuition. Recently, my oldest daughter, she had come to me asking me for advice for certain things, and I don't give it to her. And the reason why I'm doing it, because I want my children to be able to make decisions on their own, to listen to their intuition. I don't want them to always feel like, oh, they got to come to me to ask me for advice. Because what if my advice is goddamn biased, right? So, you know, my oldest daughter came to me and she was asking me for advice. And as bad as I wanted to give it to her, I said, do what you think is right. You know, I used to be that mom who always had to put her 2 cents in it. Like when my children would be speaking to someone, I would be interfering. I remember I had went to this, it was like a meetup. And I remember it was a lady who was asking it was a guy who was asking my youngest son, who's 8 years old, was asking him questions. And I kept answering for him. And the lady who was sitting next to me, she tapped me like, let him speak. Let him do it. Right? And, you know, oftentimes we do that because it's like we don't want our children to fuck up, right? Like, we don't want them to say something that, like, don't make sense or whatever it is, right? And so I start catching myself. Nope. Let them speak. They have intelligence. They are intelligent. They have an intelligence within them. Let them speak. Let them, you know, have a voice, right? And you gotta understand this, and you gotta get this, okay? If you've been putting in the work, it's only a matter of time before you reap the harvest. If you've been doing the work, it's only a matter of time that you will be reaping a harvest. You will be reaping a harvest. It's universal law. Never think that anything that you're doing is just like, oh, well, I just did that. You know, that don't count for nothing. It all counts. It counts for something. It counts for something. So if you take nothing away from my videos, take this away. You matter. You are purposeful. You have a purpose. You are phenomenal. You are beautiful. You are intelligent. You are smart. You are kind. You are loved. Source wants you to win. You are winning. You was created for something phenomenal. You gotta understand that. You are a creator of your reality. You are creating this. Your thoughts. Okay, your thoughts. Which is your belief. If you constantly had the same exact thoughts each and every day, then your belief is your thoughts. And so how do you start changing your thoughts? You start doing something different. Start listening to something different. If you listening to something and you see, you got to really be aware. Okay? You really have to be aware. If you listening to something and you see like, damn, it make me feel some type of way. I remember I was in this guy car, right? And I remember how, when I got in the car, I said, damn, being in that car, made you feel like you want to do something, right? Because all he was listening to was killing, I'm a killer's, right? And I'm, Percocets and all these different things. And so imagine you around this 24/7. I don't know why my light is doing this. Imagine you are around this 24/7. You are listening to something that is such a low vibration. You start allowing it to go into your subconscious mind. And then next minute, you start acting the way the music is portraying. And, somebody said once, they said, well, that ain't true. That ain't true. What's not true? Because what you constantly allow it to go into the subconscious mind, it becomes your reality. And that's the same exact way that you learned, through repetition. And that's why you have some of the habits that you have. And why it feels like every time you take 2 steps ahead, one step ahead, it seems like you taking 2 steps backwards, or you revert back to your old way, because your old way is what's most familiar to you. See, stepping into something new, different, it feels a little uncomfortable. And so some people would prefer to revert back to their old selves because that's what they have control over. That's what they know, right? They know, if they do it that way, how it's going to come out. Even myself, I'm talking about myself too, when it comes to this, okay? Because I'm like doing these videos, right? And I hear the download, take 3 days off, take 30 days off, take 6 days off, okay? And sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna do it my way, right? And oftentimes your way is the backwards way. Your way is the hard way. Your way is the way where as though you taking goddamn, 1 step forward and taking 6 steps back. Your way. Okay? So what you have to understand is there's a intelligence, infinite intelligence that's working on your side. That's working on your behalf. Okay? Source is guiding, is putting things together for you so marvelously, putting them together so gracefully. Everything is only if you would listen. Also, you can't occupy 2 things at the same time. It's impossible. Okay? So to the person that's like, I want prosperity, but you keep on focusing on lack. One of the things that I started doing was, so I have write-ins all around my apartment. Like, I have them on my mirror, and it's basically affirmations constantly reminding me, right? So I have it on my mirror. I have it like above my bed thing. That paper up there is a quote that I put in here, that I put from this book, right? And basically it states, before I go to sleep, I say every night, wealth, 5 times. Every night before I drift off, before I get into theta state or go into theta state, right? And that's when your subconscious mind is most open, right? It's receptive to whatever it is that you constantly keep putting into it, right? And you want to do something different. And at first your whole family, they may laugh at you. But you want to be doing things differently. Because with the different, you don't know what to expect. And I really believe that's the excitement about life. That's the funnest. Because even when you watch a movie or a series, right? A TV show, you're not so geeked to get to the end. You now sometimes I may fast forward, a little bit, okay, a few scenes, because I'm like, all right, I'm excited, right? But you don't want to hurry up and get to the end, even when I'm reading, right? I'm not like, oh damn, I want to hurry up and get to the end. And I may go through the pages and be like, how much more I got to go, right? But I'm still enjoying a book. And that's how you want to be about your life. It's not so much about the destination. It's really about the journey. Because guess what? Once you get there, once you get to that place, you're going to be saying stuff like this. Damn. You remember when we only had such, when we was getting food stamps? You remember when we was on Section 8? Now we own multiple properties. You remember when we was getting food stamps and we are able to go to the supermarket and pay for other people's grocery bill? That's some of my desires. To help somebody else out. That's some of my desires. And so, I'll leave this with you. Do know you have the ability and the power to change your goddamn life. Whether it comes down to health, wealth, friends, love, family, you have the ability to change your life. You don't have to wait 20 years. You don't have to wait 5 days. You can change your life today. You can say, I deserve better. Just put it out there. Just put it out there and see, I deserve better. I told you guys what I kept doing a few years ago. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful and thankful for knowing my purpose. That's why earlier I was so teary-eyed. I'm so grateful and thankful that I know what my purpose is. And I know it's more to me than also making these videos. But I'm so grateful and thankful. I'm so grateful and thankful for it. Because when you know what your purpose is, it feels so good. It feels so good. Not saying that you don't have your days, but man, it feels so good. And that's why I keep saying you are purposeful. You matter so much. So much. And I just, so one may ask, well, how did you find your purpose? Through the things that I was going through. One of the things that I love about Abraham Hicks, one of the things she says is, if it's not for you going through, and I like to say growing, right? Growing through. If it's not for you growing through adversity, right? How would you know that you want better? Right? And so what I did was I just kept going in the bathroom. I will always have my moments in the bathroom for some reason. And I would just keep saying, I know this not what it is. I know this not it. I know this is not what it is for me to show up playing small. I know this is not what it is for me to be a people pleaser. I know this is not what it is for me to work at a job and feel so unfulfilled. I know this is not what it is for me to allow people to talk down to me. I know this is not what it is for me to constantly look for validation outside myself. I know this is not what it is for me to constantly wake up and do the same exact thing over and over and over again as if I'm stuck like an assimilation or something. I know this is not what it is. And I didn't say those words like I know, because, at that time I didn't know, that I was doing all those things. I just knew I didn't even know, like, who was creating this. Only thing I knew was this was not it. At that time, that was not it. I didn't know what was it, but I knew that wasn't it. I knew the way I was living my life, that was not it. And I wasn't the type that, party a lot or anything like that. My vice was shopping. That was my vice. And so, understand is greatness within you. And if you spend a little bit of time each and every day, go somewhere quiet where you won't be disturbed. Soon as you wake up in the morning, get a piece of paper and start writing down the things that you enjoy doing. Or ask yourself, what is my purpose? I guarantee you'll get an answer. Now, it may not happen overnight. But I guarantee you will get an answer. And it will come from your higher self. You got to remember, everything is within. Everything is within. Everything is within yourself. You don't need to always get the answer from people. Okay? You got to check in with yourself. Because your higher self knows. It knows what you're supposed to be doing. It knows what's the easiest route. It knows what's possible and how to maneuver and get to the places you say you want to get to. It knows. But if you never spend no time with it, how could you get the answer? And sometimes it'll come to you as though probably least expected. Sometimes in the shower. Sometimes when you're driving. Sometimes when you're walking. But it'll come to you. Because it's universal law. I remember hearing this saying, knock and ye shall find, or seek and ye shall find. It's true. Those sayings, they all mean something. So as long as you keep on knocking, as long as you keep on seeking, you'll find it. You will find it. And so with that being said, I love you guys. Peace.